Hello, welcome back for another Speckic adventure. Today we are exploring Nara. If you didn't know, we are currently in Japan and previously we had visited Kyoto. So if you haven't seen that video yet, go ahead and click the link above and check it out. So we just landed in Nara Station and we are currently walking to check in at our hotel. The hotel we decided to stay in is called Appa Hotel and it's located right kind of like in the center where all of the action is. After we dropped off our luggage at Appa Hotel, we decided to go have lunch. The restaurant is called Cafe Oasis and they mainly serve Italian food. And the location of the restaurant is actually pretty cool and very fitting for the Oasis name because it's located on a really busy street, but because you have to walk through this kind of small little alleyway, and where the restaurant was, it was actually very quiet. So we got some pizza and spaghetti. It was really good. If you are in the area and you're looking for lunch, I would recommend checking this place out. Right next to our hotel is a really famous mochi shop that I'm sure most of you have seen when you watch like Japan vlogs. It's a confectionery shop called Nakatanido, and they're very famous for the mochi shows they put on. One thing about their shows is that it's not really scheduled, so it's not as if you can kind of tell when they're going to have them. You just kind of have to stand around and find out. Along the same street where Nakatanido was, there are also lots of other small shops and shopping streets if you turn to look around. We decided to do some exploring and see what we could find.
Tiffany.
Oh, what's that?
Yeah.
This was also when
Maybe
we
it
found a really cool souvenir shop that sold a lot of shika souvenirs. Shika in Japanese is deer. So in Nara, they have this really cute mascot character.
He's kind of.
And a lot of their souvenirs you'll find will have Shika's face all over it.
Kyoto.
I found this Nara Toyota sticker as well as the Nara specific license plate so unique. We are walking through a neighborhood called Naramachi, and it is essentially just a pretty residential looking neighborhood with a lot of really old style homes and buildings. Prior to actually walking through this and exploring, there are a lot of blogs, online blogs, that will say that it's really small and it might not really be worth the visit. I originally thought so, just looking at those blogs, but after having visiting, I would actually recommend it. It's not just the buildings that are the attraction, but also the specific attractions that are in Naramachi. One specific thing that really I feel like is a hidden gem that not many people know of or talk about is the Naramachi Mechanical Toy Museum.
That's kind of cool.
Inside the toy museum, there were lots of mechanical toys for visitors to experiment and play with. These mechanical toys were recreated by a professor and some of his students. They were recreated from the Edo period. The toys that we're interacting with here, they're not actually from the Edo period, but they were the same ones that were once what the children used to play with. And I think that's really cool because you'll see here that some of the toys are not your normal toys. They actually use a lot of different mechanics in order for the toys to move or for the toys to make certain sounds.
You pivot it too. So like if you do, oh yeah, maybe centripetal force.
Because this is very lightweight.
Yeah. Mechanical. Yeah, it's all mechanical toys.
Yeah, centrifugal force.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh.
This is like the slot machine.
Is this the other one? Oh.
How does it?
Oh, how's that work?
Oh, what?
Huh? No, the other way.
Oh, now you gotta do it that way. And then now I gotta do it that way. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it's taped to the bottom. So when you flip it, it'll go the other way.
It's like a never ending. This is awesome. Nice.
The host of this museum was also super friendly and accommodating of foreigners. He was really interested in knowing where we're from. I'm assuming that they don't really get that many foreign tourists visiting, and if you're in the area, I would recommend coming to look at some of the toys. They're really cool, and it really makes you wonder how people from back then, without, the same knowledge as what we have now, were able to create such interesting toys.
I don't think you. Oh, there you go. What? Wait.
Oh, it has like different
Move.
Wait, how did it click like that?
After the toy museum, we saw a gacha store, and Tommy found a gacha machine that had a lot of different GTR motors in it, and he was able to get an R32 motor. Take a look at the final product. We had some time before dinner, so we ventured out to Up Garage. I'm sure you guys have heard of it before. I don't think it needs much introduction, but it's basically kind of like a O'Reilly's or AutoZone, but a little bit cooler because they sold a lot of used parts, as you'll see.
16s. Not bad looking wheels. Oh, for us? Not bad. $300
For the bumper?
Visor thing.
Is it for Master G?
For the MG. It's literally the one I...
This one is the full Alcantara. Good, do it.
Like NRG for $200.
Holy shit. Because it got imported.
Momo.
Yeah, Momo 幾錢啊？
$35.
$80?
No, no, $80. Yeah, it was 35.
35 said 350.
50. Oh, this one looks tame. What is this? Oh, the Momo.
Well, this one.
It was also here
Oh,
that
hot
we
spacer.
found a Daikei horn button.
Yeah.
Me and Tommy got one each.
The Momo.
Plate. These are cool.
Dude, these are sick, dude. This is pretty cool.
Yeah.
I got the red one, he got the yellow one.
be very
It was
dangerous
kind of
inside
cool.
here.
I think what we're gonna do is
You
we're
can
gonna
actually
put it
replace
on
your,
our Miatas.
Can I?
It's dinner time, so we are in front of Yatagaras. It is a chicken specialty shop, but not just any chicken, raw chicken. Yes, we did eat raw chicken, but obviously I'm speaking to you guys now and I am not dead. So that is to say, if you are interested in eating raw chicken, know that there is at least one person here that has eaten it and I am still alive.
What is that you ate?
I don't know what I ate, but it doesn't taste like how liver. You know how sometimes liver tastes a little strong.
Right.
It doesn't taste like that. It tastes like fish.
Okay.
The general consensus was that the raw chicken just tasted like raw fish. Like there was no actual chicken taste to the meat. Maybe because it was just that fresh, I don't know, but it really just tasted like sashimi, like fish sashimi. As far as ordering goes, this store is actually very Japanese, as in to say they don't have any English menus. So they will have you order directly through their tablet where everything is in Japanese. The best thing you can refer to are their pictures, but because it's all chicken, you don't exactly know what part of the chicken you're really getting. We try to utilize Google Translate and it did help in some areas, but not all. We had a general idea, but we kind of chanced it. I mean, at this point, we're eating raw chicken, so is this whole dinner not a chance? Aside from the raw chicken, we also decided to get some skewers and cooked items. The next morning, we are starting the day early, so we decided to grab a quick breakfast. This was a bakery that was right next to our hotel. We walked in and all the stuff looked super appetizing and good. Just look at it. It's like super colorful. You have some like fruit pastry, you have some savory pastry. And so we grabbed a few items. We are headed into Nara Park. And just as you're stepping into the vicinity, heading towards that direction, you start seeing all the deers. Fighting for dominance over here.
It turns out none of them have tattoos. He's a little kid.
Good boy. Yes, yes. You didn't get one, did you? Not a bow? No.
You attracted all the smaller ones.
Oh, you didn't get one yet.
Look at this baby deer.
Can you do
He
it
was
again?
so cute. There were so
man.
many tiny baby deers roaming around. This is the main walkway where there are lots of souvenir shops and food stalls that you will need to walk past in order to really proceed into Nara Park toward Todaiji Temple's direction. There are lots of deers kind of sitting around here because a lot of the stores are selling those senbei crackers that they offer so that you can feed them to the deers.
食緊嘢啊，發緊夢食緊嘢，收落瞓。佢識。I got nothing to eat.
Sometimes senbei crackers just aren't enough. This is Todaiji Temple. Here's a reminder reminding us that the deers in Nara Park are still wild animals. I just found the graphics super funny. The admission to Todaiji Temple was around 600 yen, I believe, per person. This temple was massive. I've been to a lot of different Asian countries, specifically Southeast Asia, and those places also have a lot of temples, but I think Japan really has all of those other countries beat in terms of like the amount of land. Like this literally looks like a palace ground. It was just so massive. Look at the size of this. Like consider the scale of a human and then look at like the size of the actual building. It's humongous. This was a model of a before and after of this temple. So there's one that is significantly larger. That was actually how the temple looked prior to, I guess, like a fire or some sort of destruction that happened where they needed to essentially rebuild this temple. Even though I kept saying like the temple was really big, apparently that's not even the size of it back then. Like the size it used to be was like a lot larger. I went and tried my luck to see how my fortune was.
You barely passed the bar.
You see the kid shaking it?
Yeah.
So you can basically pray for your luck. I actually didn't pray anything. I just shook it. But they have like different luck levels, starting from best luck all the way to no luck.
Right.
I'm late good luck, so it's like barely passable. Right
funny.
under mine is like late for luck. They're very aggressive.
俾佢，
食或者煮。
幾好啊！
This is the road that leads to Kasuga Taisha.
Crow 啊
Scoping out. No, the chicken. Look at the chicken. Whoa, whoa, whoa.
It's a crow. It must be their territory.
Super funny because as we were walking towards Kasuga Taisha, we noticed this couple, they were actually being chased by a crow.
They must have done something eventually.
Oh.
No way, they just keep chasing.
Oh yeah, because you keep doing it. He keep doing it to attack me.
And the man was like using his backpack to like wave the crow away, but the crow was like super relentless and was trying to chase him off, I guess like his property. They must have done some shady shit. Our original plan was we were supposed to eat lunch at Izasa Nakatani, which is the shop we're at right now.
Just get them
They
to go.
sell fermented sushi, but we noticed when we walked in that you can actually take these to go. And so our plan was to just buy some for when we take the Shinkansen tomorrow.
That looks good too.
You know that main street where all the stores were that you had to walk through that I showed in the beginning of the video? It's that same intersection. And at this intersection, you see a lot of different cars drive by. I'm not sure if this is a main road going somewhere or what, because we saw a lot of cool cars driving through here, almost as if maybe they were trying to show off the car, and this was a good spot to do so.
I got a, was it braised pork, I think? Very similar to Tommy's, but his is beef.
I don't know what this restaurant was called, but they did have an English-friendly menu since it was more of like a set meal, and there were only, I think, like 4 to 5 things that you could pick. But it was really good, and I'm glad we chose this restaurant. Again, it's located at the intersection, the main intersection, where you have to cross in order to head over to Todaiji Temple. As we're coming back from Nara Park, we came across this very interesting sight. It seems like Japanese people really like their Rolls Royces. This was one of our main events for coming to Japan, and it was to come to the Asukaso Ryokan in Nara. And they have my name here on the welcome board. It was so cute. So we are staying at this ryokan for one night, and it's kind of off to a different part of Nara. So where we were originally staying at, Appa Hotel, was more towards like the busier side. You have lots of people, and it was a little bit more kind of modern over there. Where Asukaso is located is more towards the residential side. Right when we walked through the ryokan doors, we were enthusiastically greeted. Everybody was very welcoming and very nice as they checked us into our room. There is also an onsen here, meaning hot springs. And so as we were getting checked in, there was a counter that we can grab some amenities like cotton pads and toothbrushes and hairbrushes, things like that, for when we use the hot springs. The attendant is leading us to our rooms, and let me give you guys a tour.
Hello, welcome to my humble abode. Please take off your shoe and put it right here. We have some slippers prepared for you.
Okay, pause, because as you'll notice, I am actually wearing slippers in the room, and that was actually my mistake. Those slippers are actually outdoor slippers for when you're kind of roaming about the actual ryokan. That's what those are for, essentially outdoor slippers.
As you walk in through this doorway, you'll notice on the left-hand side is the bathroom. And if you would come in this way with me, we're coming into a traditional tatami mat floor styled room. And then over here, you'll see a small little closet. There's some stuff here. There's this a bath towel for the onsen later. And then we have some socks for our yukata that we're going to be changing into later. And there's also like belts and stuff that we can use. What's this? And we have a very considerable size television for your entertainment. And then if you would come this way, we also have a small conversation room, big enough for two. You can sip your Japanese matcha green tea in this room. That's it for the tour. Thank you. Enjoy your stay.
This is how the onsen looks like, the indoor one. You are not supposed to be bringing a phone into these places, but when Tommy was in there, there was nobody there, so he took a really quick shot for you guys. We're finished with our onsen where we are nice and clean and warm, and it is dinner time. So dinner is provided by Asukaso, and it is a Kaiseki styled dinner. As you can see, there are lots of really tasty and great looking dishes coming out. Here are some of what we had.
Steamed sushi. It has this tangerine fragrance, yuzu, citrus.
You dip
The salt with
salt with this one
and then
shoyu, soy sauce with maguro.
Yep.
This is vanilla pudding, and this is Nara's brand of strawberry.
Oh, we get to finally try the Nara strawberry.
I feel like it was a little bit different than the strawberries we have back here in the US. The texture and the taste just tasted different. So I liked it so much that I actually bought some Nara strawberries from the grocery store. The next morning, this is our breakfast kaiseki provided by Asuka Seoul. As you can see, super tasty. There's lots of different dishes to try, and that is the reason why I love kaiseki. They also provided some tamago.
Look at how much food we get.
Holy crap. Hey.
Breakfast also had dessert. That's the first time I've had dessert during breakfast. And that is it. That is the end of our Nara video. The next video will be about Osaka. Thank you so much for watching, and stay tuned for more Spekic adventure. Bye!